What's going on, guys? Welcome to Your Lifting Buddy. I created this YouTube channel to keep myself accountable to getting my lift in every single day and keep you accountable as well. So I'm pumped to have you here working out with me today or just tuning in. It's Friday, which means we're going to be hitting back in biceps today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. If you have not yet, download the lifting log. It is linked in the description below so that you can track all of your weights for every single lift directly on your phone. It's there for you for free. You can also scan the QR code in the bottom right corner of the video. All right, with that, let's go ahead and jump into the warm-up. Go ahead and wrap out some high knees, getting the body loose, getting nice and warm. Good work, guys. 20 more seconds. Forward arm circles. Start small, gradually make them bigger. Backward arm circles, same thing. Start small, gradually make them bigger. Band pull parts. Four down low, overhand. Four down low, underhand. Behind the head. Down low. Switch your grip. Dead hangs. Alright, go ahead and get set up for our first exercise, which is going to be lateral raises, lat pull downs. We got 3 sets of 8. 3 sets of 8 on the lat pull downs. And wow, we get ready for that? Let's get a little question fired up in here. Okay, first set. 8 good reps. Let's get it. First set down. First set down. All right, bake off or cook off? I'd go bake off. I would go bake off. I have a terrible sweet tooth. I absolutely love sweets. It is not good. I have to, my wife laughs at me because I have to either be all in on eating healthy or I am all out on eating unhealthy. And when I'm all out on eating unhealthy for like holidays or big celebrations, I'll let myself just eat whatever. It is bad. I eat a ridiculous amount of sweets when that happens. Like Easter weekend, I had for dessert, like, you know, most people have like a piece of pie and like a scoop of ice cream. Well, I had 3 pieces of pie and 2 scoops of ice cream and then some cookies as well. So it was bad. But you gotta find what works well for you. Like I said, I'm either all in or I'm all out, and that works well for me. So, bake off though. I'd go bake off. Nothing against cook off though. Love a good cook off as well. All right, we got 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. All right, set number 2. Set 2 down. All right, second set down. All right, next question. Dragons or spaceships? That seems kind of like a ridiculous question. I guess dragons? That would be pretty sick to have your own dragon. I would rather have my own dragon than my own spaceship, definitely. Mythology versus true crime. Mythology, no doubt. No doubt. I'm not a true crime guy. I think no hate if like that's your thing, but not my jam. Like, I don't need to hear all the most terrible, horrific things happening in the world. In like these true crime podcasts and stuff. So I go mythology. Also, really enjoyed the Percy Jackson books growing up. Really enjoyed those. I feel like there's another series that was kind of based loosely on Greek mythology that I found pretty entertaining. I'll have to think on that. All right, third and final set of lat pull downs. Three sets of lat pull downs. All right, next up we've got underhand grip lat pull downs. So not going far, just switching the grip. Okay, a minute and 30 seconds before our first set. Alright, sorry. Friend is sending me memes. "30 more seconds." Okay, first set, underhand grip lat pull downs. First set down. First set down. Oh, yawning. Okay, what do we got next question wise? Let's find out. Train travel or ferry ride? I have never ridden on a legit train before, and it is on my bucket list. One of my favorite Christmas movies of all time, Polar Express, magical. That has been a goal of mine, is to ride like an actual real train at some point. We just don't really have that much of them here in the US like they do in like Europe. But definitely would go train ride. Morning run or night lift? This one's kind of tough for me because I much prefer lifting over running. But I like doing morning lifts as opposed to night lifts. I would still go night lift over morning run though. Lifting over running, no doubt. Once again, no hate on running, but lifting, like being able to see the improvement over time, your body change, being able to see the numbers go up over time is such a rewarding feeling. Whereas running, like you can see your times go down, but you kind of get to a point where, unless you're like really keeping track of your times very diligently, you kind of like hit a certain point where that's sort of like where you're going to be for good. Whereas lifting, you can just keep stacking those numbers to a certain degree. But then seeing like the physical transformation of your body too, I think is amazing. Like there's some people who are crazy good runners and it looks like they shouldn't be, when you look at them. But people who can put up some, big numbers in the weight room, you're going to be able to tell. All right, second set. Two sets down. Two sets down. Which fictional side character deserves their own spin-off series? Okay, I gotta think through the fictional side characters out there. Get through like some of my favorite TV shows. Man, I honestly don't watch a ton of TV shows. Okay, I'll tell you one that I enjoyed that I'm so sad is not getting renewed. It's called Fubar. Arnold Schwarzenegger. 2 seasons. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was so funny. The writing, I just thought it was really clever. Jokes were hilarious. I forget the actress's name. She's got curly blonde hair. I think she's a comedian. Probably my second favorite character in the show after Arnold. And I think her own TV show would be hysterical. You should go check out Fubar if you have not seen that yet. Like I said, 2 seasons, not getting renewed, sadly, for a 3rd season, but such a fun show. What kitchen tool feels like cheating, but you swear by it? Apple slicer. Apple slicer. One of the most used tools in our kitchen, I would say. Just the thing, you put it right over an apple, slices it in your even little quadrants, and just one time and you're done. That thing, it's such a simple tool too. It's so simple, saves a ton of time, cores the apple as well. Amazing, amazing tool. All right, last set. Three sets of underhand grip lat pull downs. go up on that next week. I am going to go up on that. It wasn't easy, but I think I still got a little bit in the tank. So we'll push it. Push it next week. Alright, next up we've got, just going to do one set today of single arm dumbbell rows. So we are going to hammer it in one set and keep moving. Alright, next up we've got single arm dumbbell rows. "45 seconds. If you could time travel once, where are you going and why?" One time. I'm going forward in time. "10 years. Close enough to figure out what the technology is, the next great invention, but not so far in the future to where you couldn't recreate it because the technology is so advanced. 10 years, figure out next big piece of technology, get ahead of the curve with it when I come back, then I'm just set up for the remainder of time." That's my plan. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, we're hammering out one set of these. So get after it. Push yourself to your limit here. And then we're going to keep things rolling. One set of single arm dumbbell rows. Whew. Oh yeah. Feeling that. Those will get the heart rate going. Next up, we got shrugs. Three sets of shrugs. Coming up next. Take a little break first. Recover from the single arm dumbbell rows. We are gonna bump ahead to shrugs. Alright, first set of shrugs. First set of shrugs down. First set of shrugs down. All right, set number 2. Second set down. "40 seconds, then we're jumping into our third and final set of shrugs. And then we got biceps after this. "20 more seconds. All right, last set of shrugs. Three sets of shrugs. Alright, next up we've got curls. Usually we do seated incline curls. I'm actually going to do standing, just your standing regular curls today. I feel like switching it up a little bit today. Did some regular standard curls last weekend, or the other day. Felt pretty good. So I am going to hit that today. Feel free to do seated incline if you'd prefer, or you can do standing. 20 more seconds. Okay, we'll get set up for bicep curls. "30 seconds. All right, first set of curls. All right, ooh, feeling that in the biceps. Good stuff. All right, get ready for set number 2. We got 1 minute and 45 seconds. Let's get a little question in here. What is the most underrated planet or space fact that you love? Sorry guys, not too knowledgeable there. Alright, what workout myth did you believe way too long? I talked about this one kind of similar the other day. A couple things actually. I got some thoughts here. One, growing up and being involved in sports, it always felt to me like working out or cardio needed to be miserable. It was like, if you're not miserable doing it, then you're not pushing yourself hard enough. And I think that is one of the biggest falsities that leads to people getting burnout or not sticking with working out or lifting for an extended period of time. Like, it should not be miserable. If there's an exercise that you hate doing, don't do it. Just don't do it. Like, find the things that you enjoy doing, and as long as you're sticking with it and you're, I guess, exhausting your muscles, like whatever lift you're doing, as long as you're pushing your muscles until they're like unable to do another rep or a few more reps, then you're going to get stronger over time. But if there's certain lifts that just don't feel good for you, don't do them. All right, more thoughts on that in a second. Second set. Alright, set number 2 down. For example, deadlifting does not feel good on my body. It doesn't, the motion doesn't feel good. It bothers my knees, my back. I feel like I'm gonna get like a hernia when I'm doing it. So I just don't do it. And you can find alternative exercises to do to hit those same muscle groups, but ones that you enjoy more. So make working out something that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be something where you're like, this is the greatest thing of all time, but like it should be enjoyable, you know? And then same thing for cardio. I always thought cardio meant running sprints, or not running sprints, well, running sprints until like you're throwing up, or running for long distance, extended periods of time until you're miserable, and just ask yourself, when am I going to be done? And I thought that's what you had to do to lose weight and get in better shape, but that could not be further from the truth. I got in the best shape of my life fall of last year. I went from 21.8% body fat, confirmed by DEXA scan, to 14.3% body fat in the span of 90 days. So within 3 months, I went from, I was pretty chubby, to having visible abs within the span of 90 days. So it was 7.5% body fat percentage drop in 90 days. And guess what? I did not run at all. I walked. Walking was my form of cardio. I would just walk on my walking pad while my wife and I would watch a TV show. I just have my walking pad. I just walk for, an hour while we watch a TV show at a nice leisurely pace. And that compounds when you can stick with a good diet, eating the right things, and then burning calories through walking. You'd be amazed at what you can do. Amazed. All right, last set of curls. Three sets of dumbbell curls. All right, next up we've got hammer curls. Working that width of the bicep. So don't get tricked. Don't be fooled by like maybe a past bad experience you had through athletics. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my experience in athletics, but it had me thinking about working out and kind of fitness in the wrong frame of mind. So the carbs are evil, myth is the greatest scam influence managed pull off. Absolutely. Scalator 4872, 1000%, my friend. I eat so many carbs. Like my diet is heaviest in carbs. Carbs are a phenomenal fuel source to fuel your body for working out. So yeah, if anybody out there is thinking like, oh, if I want to lose weight, I need to cut carbs. Not true at all. I eat every single night, I eat a giant bowl of popcorn. I'm talking like massive bowl of popcorn. Now I don't dump a bunch of butter and stuff on it. It's popcorn popped lightly in oil, and then I put kettle corn seasoning on top. That's sugar-free kettle corn seasoning. So there's a ton of carbs in that though. I'm usually eating, let's see, like last night I had, or yesterday I should say, I ate 265 grams of carbs. 265 grams of carbs. You should eat carbs to fuel your body. When people talk about like cutting carbs out to lose weight, I'll tell you what the biggest thing is, the biggest reason that you lose weight when you cut carbs out. Carbs store glycogen in your muscles. So when you eat a lot of carbs, you're storing glycogen within your system, and then water gets retained in that, which helps your muscles to lift more weight. So when you cut carbs out, your body isn't losing a ton of fat mass. It's losing a ton of water weight at first. So you'll notice, like, if you're low on carbs one day, the next 2 days, your weight's going to drop a ton. But that's not fat that's being lost. That's just water weight. You're retaining less water. So don't be fooled into thinking that you have to cut carbs out to lose weight. If that works well for you, maybe you're somebody who prefers fats over carbs, then as long as you're in a caloric deficit each day, you will lose weight. So there's different ways to get there. The big thing is just being in a caloric deficit each day. But if you love carbs, I'm a carbs guy. I love carbs. You can still lose weight while eating carbs. All right, first set of hammer curls. First set down. Yeah, thank you for calling that out, Skeletor 4872. All right, let's see what else we got. The first season, all right, hot take here. The first season is usually the best. Shows should end sooner. I disagree. A lot of times, the first season's the best. But man, when you get hooked into a good show, you just basically never want that thing to end. Like Friends, for example. I'm a huge Friends fan. Finishing Friends, it was like one of the most bittersweet moments of my life. So yeah, I mean, when you got a good show rolling, it's tough to say goodbye to it. And I feel like getting attached to the characters takes a little bit of time too. So usually it takes me like a season to really get hooked into something. It's got to be good enough at the start for me to keep going with it. But usually it's toward the end of that first season where I'm like, all right, I'm hooked. All right, 30 more seconds and we got our next set of hammer curls. All right, hot take number 2. Mint chocolate tastes like toothpaste dessert, and I'm tired of pretending otherwise. False. Mint chocolate chip ice cream is phenomenal. Mint chocolate chip ice cream, that is top tier ice cream. That's probably in my top 5 ice creams. Now, could not disagree with that more. Mint chocolate chip, so good. All right. Last set of hammer curls. Second set of hammer curls. Anybody out there looking for a total fitness hack? Gotta mark my weights real quick. And if you have not yet downloaded the lifting log, be sure to do that. That is what I keep track of all of my weights that I do for every exercise on. Go to the link in the description, click that. I built that lifting log for you for free so you can track all of your weights, every single lift to make sure you're getting stronger over time. Total fitness hack though. Like I said earlier, I have a sweet tooth. Love ice cream. Ice cream is probably my favorite standalone dessert if I had to pick one. I've searched for like a good healthy ice cream for such a long period of time, but I could never find one that I really loved until the end of last year. Tail end of last year, I discovered Protein Pints. That's the name of it, Protein Pints. They have a mint chocolate chip ice cream that is spectacular. I think the mint chocolate chip one is, I think either 380 calories or 420 calories and 30 grams of protein. So you're getting a delicious ice cream, full pint of ice cream, and you're still getting in 30 grams of protein for it for only 420-ish calories. I mean, that is, you cannot beat that dessert-wise. If you can beat that dessert-wise, please let me know what it is that you are eating, because I want to incorporate that into my diet. I've got such a sweet tooth. But yeah, it satisfies that sweet tooth for me, but also keeping calories low and getting extra protein in. I tried the other ones like Halo Top. The big thing for me is the texture. Like, I need my ice cream to feel, not only to taste like ice cream, but to feel like ice cream texture-wise. Protein Pints, they're heavier in fats, so it still has that like creamy texture of actual ice cream. Halo Top is super low in fats. It might not even have fat in it, but it's super, super low in fats, but it has a lot of sugar in it. So that's how you get the sweetness from Halo Top, but the texture tastes like an icy to me almost. So I don't really like Halo Top, but Protein Pints, it's got the fat in there, which gives it that creamy texture, and then it also has that sweetness that tastes like ice cream too, but they use less sugar and then some sugar alternatives as well. Okay, last set of hammer curls. Three sets of hammer curls. Good work, guys. Good work. Next up, we've got our ab finisher, and then we are done. So get ready for the ab finisher. We'll be doing plated sit-ups, supersetted with leg lifts. We got 2 minutes and then we'll jump into it. I gotta go forward hat for the sit-ups. All right, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's get in one more hot take in there. Hot take. Audio tours ruin museums. Let me wander confused in peace. I would disagree with that. I haven't been to like a ton of museums. Would like to go to more. I like a little audio tour, a little audio companion to help give you all the details. All right, moon missions were humanity's best era. Everything since is a sequel. You know, I will say I think it is very interesting how we went to the moon and then we did like some other stuff with space travel. But then NASA got shut down for a period of time, I'm pretty sure. I think they were like totally just like done for a period of time, which is crazy to me. You're like, yeah, we did the coolest thing science-wise in humanity, and then now we're just gonna be done with that. So I think it's cool that we're getting back out there into space. Shout out Elon. I mean, I think it is pretty wild. Like, whether you like Elon Musk or not, I think it's pretty crazy that he's helped put together this, SpaceX, which is like what they've done as far as rockets go is pretty bonkers. But pumped that we're making some more advancements there. All right, plated sit-ups. Leg lifts. We got 2 sets here. Okay, sit-ups. Last set. Oh man, the core is feeling it. Good work, guys. Way to show up and put in the work. That is it for our workout. Thank you so much for lifting with me today. We got stronger. I am going to be here every day, Monday through Saturday, not only to keep myself accountable to getting my lifts in, but keep you accountable as well. Being here, working out with you guys, best part of my day, knowing that we're getting better. We're becoming better versions of ourselves each day together. So thank you so much for being here. If you have not done so yet, once again, download the lifting log linked in the description below. And then subscribe to the channel as well. Subscribe so you're notified when we're doing our live streams each day. Bring a friend tomorrow. Tell them what we're doing. Tell them to come check it out. Tell them to come get stronger with us. All right, with that, I will see you tomorrow for our lift. Saturday, it'll be HIIT workout. Peace.